What's going on, people? Back with a bang. This is the Money Management, back here to bring you guys a midweek video. Now, of course, as you guys know, this was a big week for earnings, so I had to bring you guys a midweek video. And right now you can see I'm looking at Google, and Google just announced earnings. Check here on the right hand side. Google has dropped, 170 points in the last 5 minutes or so, which is 7% of its value. I mean, just look at this nasty drop, guys. Google is like one of those stocks where it's super expensive and long term it's going to be a great buy, but hey, when it drops hard. Look at that, $162.56 in the last few minutes after hours. So it's still moving right now, of course, because it's still reacting to the earnings news. But hey, I just thought I'd show you guys because live time is always cool to see this kind of thing. You know, look, there's the 3-minute chart. It dropped, started uptrend, then continued dropping. Horrible, horrible, horrible drop. Another stock which dropped today, but during hours, was Tesla, and it's still dropping. Now, I'm very intrigued to see what this does because I got into an 820 Tesla put today, as did some other people in the Discord. And if we look at the 50-minute chart here, Tesla is extremely bearish. It's broken below my level of 871. It actually started the day around 995, I believe. There we go, 995, 996. And since then now it's dropped $130. This is the kind of thing we want to see when you're trading puts, of course. I did mention earlier this week in my weekly watch this video that I expect Tesla to either run up or fall extremely hard. Of course, it is falling extremely hard, and I expect the drop to continue. Like I mentioned to the guys in the Discord earlier, it is in free fall right now. So if you're in puts, now is not exactly the time to get out. Now is the time to kind of just let the puts run up and let Tesla free fall. I mean, 12% drop today, $121 in one single day for Tesla. This is ridiculous. And you're probably wondering, why am I so enthusiastic about this? Well, because I've been in pretty much only puts this week. Look at that. Netflix is up next. Look at the drop for Netflix. Oh man, this is crazy. So last week, of course, Netflix dropped after earnings, and it's continued dropping now. It's under $200. It's at $194. This is beautiful because Netflix long term, I like it. But in the meantime, I love seeing these kind of stocks bleed out. It's always nice to give us a good price point to enter back in for the long term. Remember, in March 2020, we kind of saw something a bit similar with many stocks to what we're seeing right now. Let me just show you the daily chart and then look at March 2020. And then you're going to see why I'm so enthusiastic about what's happening right now. So where are we? Pandemic times. Right at the beginning of the pandemic. Right when the first lockdown started being announced. March 2020, right? So here we are. There we go. That's that drop. Look at that. And Netflix dropped to 280s back then. Now it's at 198. Remember, in November it was at $700. Long term, I love Netflix for a long term buy, but at this point, I'm just going to let it bleed until it stops. A couple other stocks I'm looking at buying. Apple. Here we go. Apple, who actually report earnings this Thursday, another interesting one. Apple 154. This is a steal long term. Please don't forget that. You're going to come back to this video in however many months and remember that it's a steal at this price. I said this last year when Apple was 120. When was that? Beginning of last year, 120s. Then it dropped. And I said it was a long term buy at those price points. It ran up to highs of 182. Same now. It's at 154. I mean, it's broken below my level of support, so it could continue to drop, which would be pretty good for us who are trying to get long-term shares. But in the meantime, I would like to get puts on Apple before earnings is announced on Thursday. So in the run-up to earnings, I would love to get some puts. Now, of course, we just touched on Apple, but when we talk on Apple, we also can always talk on S&P 500 index, SPY. The price target for SPY to the downside is 410 for me, right somewhere around here, right? It's now at 413. Sold off how many points in 2 days? Because it's been horrible. Yesterday was what, 24th? Yeah, I flew out yesterday, so 25th. It has dropped about $16 in the past 2 trading days. And I honestly do not think it's done. Sub 400s could be coming soon before the end of April, which is why in my last video, the one uploaded on Saturday, I said the end of March we rallied. The end of April, don't expect the same. And this is why. Look how we've just been selling off constantly. Now, what else can I look at here? Well, have a look at something else we traded in Discord today, and something I think is still going to drop another $3 or $4. AMD. Well, AMD was down 6% on the day. I bought $86 puts. Now AMD is trending at $83 after hours. These puts are going nuts. I mean, AMD is so bearish right now, and it's another one of those stocks where you're like, okay, it's good we're making money off the puts right now. Long term, I definitely like shares around $80. I think those are a steal. You know, who would have thought we'd see a day where AMD is under $85, Apple is under 160, Netflix is under 200, Tesla's under 900, all at the same time. These are steals. These are market steals. In fact, another stock which is bleeding out in the semiconductor sector, Nvidia under $185 now, $183. It's that. All of these are bargains long term, but in the short term, play puts, make your money with puts, and then use that money to buy the shares. It is a simple equation. I mean, what a market this is right now. This is crazy. Look at that, it's pulled right down to my level here. If it doesn't hold, it's going to break below and continue selling off, which I fully expect. If it bounces here, then okay, cool. I mean, yesterday while I was on my flight, I saw AMD, Nvidia, many of these stocks selling off heavy, and then just before I could even blink, they just started rallying. That was somewhere where, let's see, I want to see that because it just came out of nowhere. But now, it doesn't look like that's happening anymore. Here it is. It sold off, then just started rallying, got rejected by the moving averages, and downtrended again. Nvidia's selling off hard. But what isn't selling off hard in this period of time? Well, I'll show you because probably everyone's wondering, like, okay, is there anything we can actually get calls on? Well, here's Marathon Oil Company. This sold off, but of course, you know, from yesterday foreclosed till today midday, it ran up. Same with ExxonMobil. And remember that ExxonMobil and CVX Chevron report earnings this Friday. Exxon ran up. That's the 15-minute chart. Exxon ran up. CVX, same thing. We go Chevron. Same pattern. So you can trade calls, but you've got to be very quick and you've got to be very accurate with these. See how CVX ran up to 160 and then sold off? Just be careful if you are trading calls on any of these stocks that you don't get smacked because you're holding calls for too long. Now, I do want to just look at a couple more stocks which I like for the long term at this price point. First, I'm going to go with Micron. Micron, which I said was a buy for anything around $75. Well, now it's at $65. I mean, if I don't buy shares in the next couple of days, well, I guess this week, then I'm clearly doing something very wrong. If I say I like something at, you know, when it's under $70, $75, well, if it's at $65, I think long term, it's definitely a great buy. But hey, the reason I don't buy it right now is because the cheap can still get cheaper. It is cheap, but it can still sell off and get even more cheap. So what I'd rather do is wait for a reversal, confirmation of reversal, and buy in on the uptrend. And there's nothing wrong with that because I've got plenty of leeway right now. You know, I've got $10 gap between where it is right now and my ideal price point for buying in. If it sells off more, just gives me better entries for the long-term shares. Now, you guys need to remember that if you want to look at SPY and S&P 500 overall, you can also look at inverse ETFs. By looking at inverse ETFs such as the VIX, you can see what is happening with the market. Here we go. VIX right now is a bit, well, slightly overbought, right? On the hourly chart, look at the daily chart. What does this mean? It means the market is bleeding. When you see this up heavy, the market is down heavy. There you go. Here's the daily chart. If I zoom in a little bit, there you go. Look at those two big green candles. 3 of the past 4 days have been green, and the opposite for SPY and their overall index. So yeah, right now I still expect a little bit of a pullback on the VIX, so maybe we'll see a little bit of green in the market before the VIX pushes up even further. So yeah, the market right now, I can't even tell you guys, like I expect so much blood, like a real bloodbath, just like we saw at the end of today with all the different sectors selling off. You know, financials are selling off, health sector is selling off. As you guys saw, oil sector was selling off, consumer goods was selling off, tech was selling off, everything was selling off. And now I know you guys are not bothered about that. You guys want to know about the earnings because tomorrow after hours we have Facebook, we have Twitter, we have PayPal, we have Pinterest, we have who else do we have? I think T-Doc as well, Qualcomm as well, all after hours tomorrow. And I'm thinking it's really puts everywhere. Facebook, I expect a big drop. I don't know how far yet, but honestly, if it can get down to 150s, 140s, I'll be looking at getting more shares. The puts are kind of expensive on these, so if you want to really get puts on Facebook, you have to go pretty far out of the money. Then, like I said, we have PayPal tomorrow after market as well. Again, I expect a huge sell-off. Well, it's already selling off, so puts on this as well. Earnings, there you go. There's the big purple E selling off tomorrow. What else? I said Qualcomm as well, didn't I? These were well, so a few of these were in my weekly watch list if you guys are in the Discord. And as always, if you're not in the Discord, come and join us. But hey, this could be going to 122 real quick. I would not be surprised to see this drop another $9 tomorrow. It's already down 1.5% after hours. But be wary, because if these stocks decide they want to push up, then you could be screwed with the puts that you're in. So just be wary, because maybe because everyone is expecting a huge drop in Facebook, it pushes up. You never know. Just be careful with it. That's what I can tell you guys. And QS Quantum Scope, I heard this could be dropping heavy as well. It's around the $10 range. Who knows? I mean, at this point, it's below all the moving averages. There you go. It could probably drop down to $12 or so. A lot of these stocks are bearish. Same with SoFi, same with Square, same with so many stocks out there. They are bearish right now. So if you do trade inverse ETFs, this is your kind of market when you get calls. If you trade triple leveraged inverse ETFs, you are probably banking. But also be wary because those are a lot more risky and volatile. So if the market decides to flip, whatever position you're in could get destroyed. So just be wary of that. But that is mainly it for today's video, guys. I'll probably be doing another study session in the Discord, like I did Sunday night, sometime soon. So if you're not in the Discord, come and check it out. If you'd like to be part of the premium section in Discord, please do sign up. Links are in the description below. Also, check out the stock option starter pack for those of you who need to learn about trading options. If you want to know about calls, puts, trading strategies, different trading strategies, how to trade without having to stare at the market, all that kind of stuff, then again, check out the stock option starter pack. You have those videos for life. Also, please make sure you guys drop some feedback on the video. If you want, drop a comment. If you want, spam the comment section. It would be great to have you guys feedback. As always, make sure you guys drop a like on the video. Just click that thumbs up. It does not cost you anything. It does help with the YouTube algorithm. And lastly but not least, guys, make sure to subscribe if you're new around here. Hit the beautiful red button below. In fact, I almost forgot one. Not lastly but not least, do share these videos with your friends, your family, whoever on social media. Just get this video out there. It would be nice to help grow the channel as well. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. We'll see how these earnings plays pan out for the rest of the week. Expect more blood, expect more red. We've got some money to be making, guys. I got money to making, you got money to making. See you guys next time for another video. Peace.